Oh hi there, my name's OGR-Scintilla, and if you're watching this, you probably already know that I'm on a journey to become the greatest rapper in Canada. And that's all you really need to know about me. So, bye. Oh, you're still here? Alright, if you insist. Here's the answers to a few of the most common questions I get about myself and my music. Oh, Shane. I also go by OGR, Cinti, Young Spark, and Young Poutine. Oh! Just like me as a person, my name is long, weird, and confusing. The OGR stands for Overgrowth Renaissance, which is the name of the imaginary music label that I dream of one day running. Scintilla is a word that means small sparks, like those really beautiful little ones that rise up from a campfire and then disappear into the night. I chose Scintilla as a name because, to me, it's like the spark of inspiration that lights the fire. My mission with my music is to inspire people to live a more beautiful life, and I want to literally be that spark in my name and in what I do. Oh! I am Canadian. I live on a farm in the middle of nowhere in Alberta, kind of over here-ish. Woo! I am 6'6" and a half, 6'7" in shoes. Don't believe me? Here's me winning a provincial volleyball championship in college. That's me in the middle. This is my zodiac sign. Please don't judge me for it. Of course, this is my best friend Tabco. He's a distinguished gentleman. We also have 3 dogs on the farm, Max, Kelpie, and Bear. Tim Hortons standard meal, I'm going for large chili with the brown bun, chai latte, and an apple fritter. But of course, you can never go wrong with Timbits. Any kind, they're all amazing. Today I was able to get down to a D sharp 1, which is pretty dang low. Today when I was trying, I was able to get up to an F sharp 4. I feel like if I warmed up and really went for it, I might be able to hit a little bit higher, but that is really close to my max. But that is still 3 full octaves of range. Because I have a really weirdly deep voice, but I also like to sing falsetto sometimes, so yeah, go me, I'm weird. Favorite bands I will give 2 are Manchester Orchestra and The Strokes. Both are insanely good, check out these songs. Favorite artists I'll give 3 are Tyler the Creator, Anderson .Paak, City and Colour. All 3 are very different but geniuses. Check out these songs. So a bit of a story time. Back in junior high when I was like 12 years old, my school started these mandatory guitar lessons that were actually taught by this dude right here, the same guy that taught these guys how to play guitar. Look at this graph! That's right, I am from the same backwater redneck town as Nickelback, but those stories are for another time. Anyways, I ended up loving guitar. I particularly fell in love with songwriting, and I was heavily inspired by Dallas Green, the guy who is City and Colour. So a lot of the first songs I wrote were folk songs, singer-songwriter type stuff that I wrote on my guitar. But during junior high, I was also listening to a ton of hip-hop, like Kanye, Kid Cudi, Eminem, T.I., Ludacris, just a few off the top of the head that I really liked back then. I find it particularly interesting looking back that Kanye, Eminem, and Ludacris were some of my favorites because they all used humor so much in their music and I really liked them for that. That influence is obviously evident now in my Canadian remixes. Also, a huge shout out to my friend James who introduced me to most of these artists because at home at the time, my parents were mainly listening to country music. Funny enough, the country music at home and the rap music that I was playing in my earbuds had a distinct similarity. Especially if you listen to Kanye and Eminem in their earlier work, you'll notice that they use a ton of characters and they tell distinct stories that really unify the purpose of entire songs and oftentimes entire albums. Exactly like the classic country artists that I like Tom T. Hall, Willie Nelson, Baldy, Merle Haggard, and so many more, but that's just to name a few. But there was another genre that dominated my earbuds through junior high and even more into high school. Because in 2007, a game called Guitar Hero 3 came out. It introduced me to bands like The Strokes, Queens of the Stone Age, Pearl Jam, Block Party, Tenacious D, another hilarious band, just to name a few. My older brother and his friend group also put me onto so many good punk and hardcore bands, like the popular ones you might know are Alexis on Fire, Rise Against, Green Day, Linkin Park I guess would fit in there. And that's not to mention the thousands of bands that I discovered by sifting through blogs and YouTube and iTunes. By the time I left high school, I had over 30,000 songs in my iTunes library. And at the time, I was using the USB microphone included in the game Rock Band to try to record my song ideas into GarageBand on the home computer. I always think that's hilarious. Long story short, for whatever reason, I've always been obsessed with music and songwriting. Also, shout out to my mom and dad for letting me fill the home computer with hundreds of gigabytes of crappy indie music. So heading into college, I honestly didn't have any interest in rapping myself, and I wasn't listening to very much rap anymore, but then I stumbled upon these guys, and particularly this guy. Tyler is without a doubt the reason that I started rapping. Before that, I felt like I had to have this higher pitched singing voice to make music, and he totally flipped that idea on its head for me. Not only that, but he introduced me to this idea that it's cool if you want to just be yourself and follow your own path. Even though to this day I still think of myself as a singer first, Tyler and these other dope alt-rap artists are the reason that I do what I do today and I use so much rapping in my music. As I had mentioned, guitar was my first instrument and the only instrument I would honestly say I really know, but I'm self-taught in and I can play piano, bass, ukulele, banjo, trumpet, saxophone, drums, and whatever else I need to kind of pick up enough and just learn enough so that I can play a part and record it once and then like use it in a song, but then completely forget how to play the instrument and never pick it up again. I also took 3 years of classical vocal training when I was in university, so I do consider myself a bit of a singer. In all my songs that aren't remixes, and even in some of the remixes, I make my own beats from the ground up. I also record, mix, and master all my own music in my home studio here on the farm. Right now, I record with a Leighton Clarion microphone into a UAD Apollo interface, and then that goes into my iMac. And that's pretty much it. I also have these JBL monitors and a JBL sub that I use for mixing. I have this foam that I stole from some old gymnastics mats that a school was going to throw out. They were going to take them to the dumpster, and then I just was like, hey, can I have those? And then I turned them into these soundproofing panels, and they're honestly the most important part of my studio. Having a good sound-treated room if you're making music is completely invaluable. But there isn't too much fancy going on. I don't have a giant wall of like tens of thousands of dollars worth of gear. This is all I have. It's honestly more than you need, so if you want to start making music, just find any microphone, start recording. Greatest in Canada. So when I graduated from university in 2018, I decided to take a chance on my dream of becoming a musician. It was going okay, but to make it as a career, I needed to take it to another level, and I just started trying like every idea and strategy I could think of. In 2019, I heard about this cool new app called TikTok, and I started posting videos, but then in like later 2020, I really started making like 3 or 4 videos a day and trying to figure it out, like what do people want? I'd always been funny, and I used my humor to try to fit in and make new friends all the time in life, and I found that people liked my funny videos a lot on TikTok as well, so I did more, and after like 3 months, I'd gained 1,000 followers, and I thought I was the man. But then in late November of 2020, we got this good dump of snow, and I figured, hey, it would be funny if I go and sit in the snow without a shirt on, so let's do that, and I'll sing a funny little Canadian song too. So I just wrote something quick, didn't think much of it, and 3 days later, I had 40,000 followers on TikTok. And I guess the rest is history. My mind was completely blown. People fell in love with the Canadian remix thing, and I couldn't stop. I definitely didn't set out in the beginning to be the Canadian remix guy, but when I see how many of you tell me that my music makes your day brighter and you love how funny my songs are, I can just see how special this idea is that I honestly just stumbled upon it. Like, this wasn't some great master plan, it was honestly an accident. And it's funny because I think back to myself listening to those funny songs by like Ludacris and Eminem on the school bus, and it makes me happy to see how things have come full circle, that now I can make funny music that gives other people a reason to smile and makes people's day. I like the Jets, but as I mentioned before, volleyball is actually my favorite sport. I am tall and skinny, so I just got completely ragdolled constantly when I used to play hockey, and yeah, I wasn't that good at hockey, to be honest. I was much better at court sports like volleyball and basketball.
Do a flip!
Only on a trampoline. On land, I would snap my abnormally long spine trying to do a backflip.
Just working hard so I can please you.
Honestly though, I am a total workaholic and I really love what I do, but I'm trying to slowly teach myself how to rest and relax. So I do chill with my pets, I work out, I coach some volleyball in the fall at the local high school, and in the summer I love going to the lake. But mainly, I just make music and content. I really love it, and I'm glad you guys love it too.
Pikachu?
I am an absolute Pokemon nerd. I put a lot of thought into this, and my top 5 favorite Pokemon, in somewhat order from first to last, are Yanmega, Crawdaunt, Gliscor, Cacturn, and Drifblim, with honorable mention going to Golurk. And there's so many Gen 5s, like, it's a super overhated generation. There's so many good Gen 5 Pokemon, and like, this list changes because, yeah, I'm a massive nerd, so I'll just leave it at that. And I'm sure this is more than you ever wanted or needed to know about me, OGR-Scintilla. If you somehow have questions that I left unanswered that you want me to answer, comment them below, and if I get enough, I'll make a part 2 to this video and keep it going. But more than anything, thank you so much for taking an interest in me and my music, because it really does mean the world to me. My dream, like I said, is to use music to inspire people to live a happier and a healthier life. And the fact that I can even kind of start to do that makes me feel so incredibly blessed. So thank you for listening. To the people who comment and share and support me and are an advocate for me and like show my music to their friends, thank you, thank you, thank you. Seriously, you are the greatest. If you want to message me, my Snapchat and my email are both public. They'll either be in the video description or on the profile of like my social media page. Depends on if you're watching this on Snapchat or YouTube or TikTok or etc. Besides that, I guess I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and love you. Bye!